Big-time American CEOs from companies like FedEx, Qualcomm, led by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, of course, went over to Beijing to kiss the ring today. Wait, whose ring? Their president's ring. Joining me now, Gordon Chang, senior fellow at the Gatestone Institute, author of China's Going to War, and Elbridge Colby, former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense under Trump. Elbridge, now this is all happening as the DOJ is accusing Chinese state-linked hackers of waging a cyber espionage attack against U.S. officials and businesses. But I guess, I don't know, what's a little hacking among friends?
Right, Laura. Well, great to be with you. And I mean, the striking thing about all this is that actually Beijing and Xi Jinping are not changing anything they're doing. They're continuing the cyber espionage you pointed to. They're continuing the extraordinary military buildup. There's just a mock-up of Taiwan's presidential palace that came up on Twitter. They're water cannoning the Filipinos in the South China Sea. And more to the point, I mean, the Journal was reporting today that actually the message from China is, yeah, businesses can come back, but on China's terms. And they're shifting more to what they call a delete America approach. So you've got Tim Cook of Apple saying everything's fine and dandy, but the Chinese aren't giving that impression.
Well, and Gordon, they're not the only ones heading overseas. Janet Yellen, she's ramping up for a trip to what almost seems like the Biden administration, the second home. Watch.
Our desire is not to shut down our economic relations with China. Many American firms operate in China and gain from the ability to sell to China's large market. We want to stabilize that relationship, not shut it down.
Okay, Gordon, your reaction to that tonight?
Well, what is Janet Yellen going to say now that she said that she didn't say about 3-4 months ago when she went to Beijing? And I think the problem here is that we want to manage the relationship, as the Biden administration says, but the Chinese don't want to be managed. As a matter of fact, they take the Biden administration's efforts as sort of a sense of that we feel inferior to the Chinese. So therefore, we got to send our officials to the grand Chinese capital. And that's exactly what these businessmen, and by the way, they were all men today, when they went to see Xi Jinping, they were participating in this Chinese communist spectacle that was sort of reminiscent of what foreigners did in the imperial era, where they did kiss the ring, where they did bow, where they showed their loyalty to the Chinese rulers. This is just a hideous spectacle.
Elbridge, there was a big piece or two in the Wall Street Journal about how Hong Kong is getting crushed by China. And remember, just a short time ago, we were seeing all these hopeful pieces that, oh, Hong Kong could exist, not quite as it was before, but it wouldn't be kind of a heavy repression at the hands of the CCP. Well, that's out the window.
Absolutely. I mean, I spent some time in Hong Kong when I was younger, and it was a city of incredible vibrancy, and there was hope. But I think, you know, the experiment has been run, the one country, two systems that the Chinese pledged and that clearly people on Taiwan are looking at, and the life has gone out of Hong Kong. If you talk to people who are there, or certainly who've left, it's not the same place. It's not that innovative, independent place. It is very sad. And I think, you know, look, we can talk about communism and Xi Jinping, but if you're someone living in China, if you're somebody who's an independent businessman who wanted to have their own life, that has really been kind of suffocated. And Hong Kong is a really tragic object lesson. And it appears to be getting worse, actually.
Well, but I hope all these CEOs had fun over there because, you know, that's all that matters. It's just money and enjoying their time in Beijing. Gordon and Elbridge, thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.